Okay, in this video, I will show you how to solve each questions in this packet. Again, you will need to you really have to do every single questions because you're gonna see every single questions on the test. Here you go. Question number 1. Which equation represents the path of the basketball? So basically, you're trying to find these equations from this graph. And again, this is gonna be really simple because first of all, do you know here to here is gonna be 24 and height is 18, which means if you look at here, the vertex, oh, not this one, yeah, vertex is gonna be half of x value is gonna be half of 24 because it should be in the middle, which is 12, and height is gonna be 18. That is gonna be vertex. So what we have to define is here, which one has a vertex of 12, 18? First of all, it's gonna be what? Remember, if it is inside the parentheses, it should be opposite sign. 12, 18. Bingo. That's it. That's gonna be the answer. But just in case, I will write down everything. The vertex of the second one is gonna be negative 12, 18. Third one is gonna be 18, 12. Next one is going to be negative 18, 12. So A is going to be answer. Just key point is to find the vertex here. Like that is going to be the key point here. Okay. Question number 2. Which equation is used to find one of the solutions to the equation this? Okay. Again, this you cannot really use calculator. I mean, one thing that you can do is you can put this one into the end solve and put every single thing to end solve and see which one matches. That's the one thing that you can actually do. But again, if you're in my class, you should know how to solve this question by hand. First, let's get rid of this negative 1/4. So you have to multiply by negative 4 both sides, which you will get 2x minus 6 is equal to negative 4, 2x minus 5. Okay, and if you actually distribute this, it's gonna be absolute value of 2x minus 6 is equal to negative 8x plus 20. So now you can get rid of this absolute value sign, which you will get 2x minus 6 is equal to positive negative 8x plus 20. So case 1 is 2x minus 6 is equal to, when this is positive, so it's gonna be, if you distribute positive, it's gonna be negative 8x plus 20. Case 2 is gonna be 2x minus 6 is equal to, if you distribute negative here, it's gonna be okay, let's just let me just show you briefly here. Negative 8x plus 20. Okay, which is just 2x minus 6 is equal to, if you distribute, it's gonna be positive 8x minus 20. So if you look at the answer choice, it's gonna be either this or this. Let's see if we have something. So question number 1, this one we don't even have to worry about it, so that's wrong. Let me use red pen. Second one, that's wrong as well, because I don't even know why they have this one here. That's so pathetic. I should not say pathetic. That's not nice. 2x minus 6 equals 8x plus 20. 2x minus 6 8x plus 20. That's wrong, so it should be this one. Yeah, 2x minus 6 is 8x minus 20. See, this one matches. Nice. So let's look at question number 3. It's the same thing. You have to graph this one on your calculator. Just don't forget, go to relation before you graph and press tab every single time you are trying to graph new one. Just one thing you have to make sure is, if you actually look at it, it is not gonna be A or D, because do you see here and here, according to this, we have y is greater than equal to 0, which means you cannot have negative side of x like this. You cannot have it. So if you graph it, if you're gonna graph it, just make sure like you should not have this part. So it's gonna be either C or B. And since we have like 2 less than or greater than sign, like you should have at least 2 dashed line. And obviously the answer is gonna be, I think, B. But I'm not sure. Maybe, yeah, it's gonna be B, I think. All right, question number 4. What is the solution set of the equation of this one? Okay, so there's 2 ways of solving this one. First, graph it and find 2x-intercept. Okay, that's the one way of doing it. Just if you want to actually solve it by hand, by this, you might want to move everything to the, you might want to move this one to this side and then graph it. That's the one way. Another way is just same thing here, move plus 4x. So it's gonna be minus 6 plus 4x, okay? 5x squared, you cannot actually do anything with it, so it's gonna just 5x squared. It's gonna be 6 here. 3x plus 4x is gonna be plus 7x. Do you see this one and this one can be combined? At negative 6, you cannot combine anything, so just minus 6 equals 0. So actually, as I mentioned before, if you want to solve it by graphing it, you can just graph this one on your calculator, and your solution set is going to be your x-intercepts. Okay? But if you do it by hand, which I prefer, you can solve this one by factoring. Like slip and slide, x squared plus 7x minus 30. And if you graph it, let's see, wait a second, is there any number? Something times something. So it's not 6 and 5. Let's see what, 10 and positive 10 and negative 3. Yep. X plus 10, x minus 3. Oh, my brain is not functioning very well right now. And again, we have to divide by 5 because that's what we slipped over. And if you simplify it, it's going to be x plus 2. And that we cannot simplify anything, so it's negative 3 over 5. Okay? So, we didn't do the last part. If you have a denominator, you have to slide it back. So, which you will get here, x plus 2, 5x minus 3. Okay? Now, if you want to solve it, you have to set each one equal to 0. X plus 2 equal to 0, which you get x equals negative 2, and 5x minus 3 equal to 0. So if you do plus 3 both sides, 5x is equal to 3. Divide by 5 both sides, x is going to be 3 over 5. Okay? So answer is going to be negative 2 comma 3 over 5, which is A. So easy. Right, question number 5. Well, it's a typical money question with nickels, dimes, and quarters. And he has how many coins altogether? 57 coins together. So first one is going to be obviously N plus D plus Q is equal to 57. I believe no one will question about this one. And he has twice as many dimes as nickels. So he has more dimes than nickels, right? So let's put dimes and nickels first. Twice as many dimes. So in order to be equal to each other, you have to put 2 on the end side. If you don't understand this part, whenever you look at some questions like that, like twice as many as dimes as like nickels, some stuff like that, just put 2 on the opposite side. Like not the dime side, on the nickel side. I do not know how to explain it nicely, but that's what you can do. And last one is gonna be so simple. Like this. Money goes with money. It's so easy and simple, right? So it's gonna be simple. It's not gonna be this, it's not gonna be this. Oh, my neck hurts. Excuse me. It's gonna be this. Whew. All right, question number 6. Which is not factor of this? Easy, right? So what you can do is this, you cannot use calculator. So this one has 4 factors. So here, let's look at this. What's a GCF here? To me, it looks like 9x squared, okay? If you take out 9x squared for both sides, you're gonna have x minus 2 left over here. Second one, we have a negative 16 and positive 32. Again, you don't want to have a negative number in front of it, so you're going to take away negative 16, because negative 16 can go into 32, so it's going to be x minus 2. At this point, if you look at it, we have x minus 2 in common, so what we are going to do is we are going to take it outside here from each one of them, and we are going to put this this one and this one together here. 9x squared minus 16. Usually we are done at this point, but the thing is we can simplify this one further, which is gonna be the difference of square, because it's a negative here, and 9 and 16 are perfect squares. So what we have to do is simple, no-brainer question. Set up 2 parentheses. Sign is gonna be always positive and negative. 3x times 3x will give you 9x squared. 4 times 4 will give you 16. So that is gonna be your factors of this. Let's see, x minus 2. We are trying to find which one is not a factor, right? So we have this one. X plus 2, we don't have it, so that's gonna be the solution. We have this, we have this. I hope it's easy so far. Oh, we did this. Excuse me. It hurts. We did this in class. So we have a linear equation and quadratic, okay? So first, let's talk. If you want to find what answer is, what you can do is you can graph every single one of these answer choices and see which one matches. But there are some ways that we can simplify. Like save some time. Do you know like all the quadratic has a vertex? This one is a vertex at this point, which is at, let's see, -5, comma, -7, right? You must know how to find vertex from each like quadratic graph and quadratic formula here. So let's say which one has a -5 and -7 as a vertex. This one, again, it should be opposite, so it has a 5 and -7, so that's not going to be the answer. Yep, this one is a -5 and -7, so that can be one of our answer choice. This one is a 5, comma, -7 as a vertex, so that's not going to be the answer. This one is a what? -5, comma, -7. So our answer is going to be either B or D. Only thing that we have left over is this and this. So whether our slope is going to be what? 3/2 or 2/3. That's the problem. One way of doing it is rise over run, or you can use slope formula, whichever you want. But let's do rise over run this time. Let's choose 2 points here, 1 and 1 here. You have to be very careful when you're choosing points. You can use any of these points that I just labeled here. Here we go, let's do it one by one. Rise over run, which means y value goes on the top, x value goes on the bottom. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 2 up, 1, 2, 3. 3 to the right, which means +2 and +3. That's a rise over run. Rise over run. So that's gonna be 2/3, which means our answer is gonna be D. Another way is you can just use slope formula, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. You can do this like labeling these points like -6, comma, -3, and well, maybe this one like 0, comma, 1, and plug this number in to the formula here, like x1, y1, x2, y2. But I believe you don't really want to do this, do you? Question number 4. It's easy question. If this is a linear factor of this one, what's the remaining factor? So basically, I think the question put this one to confuse you, but this one you don't really matter because only thing that you have to do is factor this one out. So let's see, 12 and 31. Wait a second. 31. It's a prime number, right? Really? Yeah, I believe 31 is the prime number. So here you go. Let's take out. The only thing that you can take out is x squared, I think. Yeah. So it's going to be 12x plus 31. Okay. Here you can take away what? 24. No, you cannot take away 24, but you can take away, I guess, what? Does 12 goes into here? No. What can you take away? What can you take away? What is that? Let me see. What else can you take away? Does 31 goes on something else? I think this is the question error because that I think this one should be 30. Otherwise, it does not make sense to me. Yeah, I think the test maker, they made a mistake. Yeah, otherwise this answer choices does not make sense to me at all. Because, so let me change this this one into 30. So instead of this, let me write it down. 12x cubed plus 31x squared. No, 30. I'm stupid because I'm sick. I should not say this. I'm genius. Yeah, let's try to think positive. Though I'm sick, I'm trying to. Oh, what? Trying to be optimistic. Here you go. So in this case, it's gonna be simple. You can take away 6x squared. So you're gonna get 2x plus 5. And this one, 6 does not go in there. 4 does not go in. Does 2? No, 2. Wow, there's a lot of mistake here because oh wow, what the heck? Yeah, let's skip question number 8. Yeah, obviously, yeah, I just noticed that this cannot be factored like with the normal way. If you want to factor this, you actually have to use some special case, and yep, it doesn't work. If you really want to do this, one way that you can do is, do you see this is the one factor here? This one? What you can do is, you can put like 4x minus 3 to every single one of this, okay? After that, what you're gonna do is you're gonna use FOIL. Let me just give you an example for the first one. So it's gonna be what? 3x plus 4x minus 2, 4x minus 3. So if you do it, 3x times x is going to be 3x squared. 3x times negative 2 is what? Negative 6x. 4 times x is plus 4x. 4 times negative 2 is minus 8. So we just distribute the first one and we still have 4x minus 3. So just like this. And you can combine this one together, right? So it's gonna be what? 3x squared minus 2x minus 8 and 4x minus 3. And same thing. Just like that. It's easy, like 12x cubed minus 9x squared minus 8x squared plus 6x minus 32x plus 24, like that. And if you simplify this, that's going to be 12x cubed minus 17x squared minus 26x plus 24. So that is what you got for A, and it does not match with this. So it's not gonna be A. You can find answer like this by trying this like B, C, and D. So if you actually have this on your ACP, and if you feel like you cannot factor it, that's a one way, but I believe they are not gonna give you a question like this because yeah, this is way too much. Anyways, good luck on this. Okay, question number 9. Oh gosh, this is another one. Easiest way, if you want to use calculator, put this one into the graph. Put this one into the graph and find the answer. And put every single one of this one into the graph and see which one matches with this. That's the one way you can do it, and that's what I'm gonna do actually on the test because it's too much to do everything. But this is how you do traditionally. 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times negative 5i, like square root of 2, is gonna be negative 30i square root of 2. If you combine this, that's gonna be what? Negative 15i square root of 2. Now this is the most confusing part, I guess. Negative 5 times negative 5 is gonna be plus 25. Square root I times I is gonna be I squared. Square root of 2 times square root of 2 is gonna be times 2. Okay, let's simplify this. Now this can be combined together. Okay, so that is gonna be what? Negative 45i square root of 2. Now here you go. If you look at this, no, where is it? If you look at this, I squared, that one is negative 1. So 25 times negative 1 is negative 25. Negative 25 times positive 2 is negative 50. And we still have 18 here. Okay? So here you go. 18 minus 50. That's gonna be what? Negative 32 minus 45i square root of 2. That is gonna be the answer, which is A. Easy like that. Very easy, right? Here you go. Question number 10. Blah, blah, blah. I don't want to read this because my neck really hurts. But here, based on the data in the table, what is the best prediction of the amount of Mr. Perkins' electric bill if the average monthly temperature is 55 degrees? I don't think I taught it for my A, like 4A or 3A class yet. What you can do is, you're gonna use quadratics. So first, get a new document, go to the spreadsheet, which is I think number 4, and you're gonna put all this data in. After that, you're gonna press doc 4 and 7, and there's some tricks what you have to do after this, and then you have to press menu 4, 6, and quadratic. I don't know what quadratic is, maybe 4 again, but you can do it. So you're gonna find some equation. You're gonna have some kind of equation, okay? Like let's say you have a f of x is equal to like what y equals like, let's say like 3x squared plus 30x like minus 24, like something like that. I just made it up. After this, the question is asking what is it gonna be at temperature degree 55. So basically what you have to do is instead of x, you're gonna plug in 55 here, something like that. Like this, easy. Okay, and if you put this one into the calculator, if you want to put this into the calculator, you're only putting this part. Not and solve, just like plain number like this. What the heck? Yeah. That's it. Anyways, this is the last question that I'm gonna go over for this video because I think I need a break. My neck really hurts. Now, what value of x makes this inequality true? One way of doing it is you graph it. You just put this entire thing to the graph, and you know, like but before you graph it, you have to move everything to the one side. So like plus 2x squared minus 63. This one doesn't have x squared, so you're gonna just put plus 2x squared somewhere here, minus 63 here, okay? So this one cancels away, so you're gonna have 2x squared plus 6x, because you cannot add or subtract anything with 6x here. 7 minus 63 is gonna be minus 56, is less than equal to 0. So one way of doing it is to put this one into the calculator, and no, actually that's the only way. You are gonna put this one into the calculator, okay? So if you cannot see the graph, you have to zoom in or zoom out. You're gonna have like since it's a positive graph, you're gonna have a graph something like this, okay? And since it's less than or equal to, most likely you will have some like area shaded in the bottom like that, somewhere like this, okay? So only thing that you have to do is find this point, like x-intercept, and since it's less than or equal to, you're gonna have a line. So it's gonna be more like x is what? Since it's shading on the left side, is x is what? Greater than or equal to like this one, and x is less than equal to this number. That's what you have to do. Just I do not know what this number is because I do not have a calculator. So yeah, that's it.